Hey, hi, welcome folks. This is Ebenezer Heng. Welcome to this week's sharing session of food delivery marketing plan. Now, we have done quite a few sharing sessions, lectures on food delivery and the market size. And of course, we'll be doing a lot more upcoming. One of the questions that's always been asked is how can I reduce my marketing costs when I'm doing food delivery? No doubt that a lot of people are doing on platforms such as Panda, GrabFood, Deliveroo. However, they're still paying for the advert to drive traffic there. And in this particular sharing session, we're just going to share with you one element on how you can drastically reduce the cost of your marketing. But of course, we'll be covering other stuff. We'll be talking about the who, when, and where, important stuff of the food delivery. But from there, we will move on to how can you market your food delivery, and especially how can you lower your marketing costs when it comes to food delivery. Now let's zoom in and talk about who are your audience. Now just some words on your audience persona. Now for the longest time, food delivery, a lot of people focus on 18 to 25 or maybe 30. That's because these guys are more used to the digital lifestyle and they are frequently ordering things. That remains true all the way until COVID, when by no choice a lot of people are forced to work from home. And your age just rises from there, from 30 to 40 and to 45. Because they work from home, by no choice they have to order. And most of them has become a habit, they're ordering. In fact, with some of my clients, after the even heightened measures such as in Singapore, the circuit breaker, all this, the ordering did not drop but remains constant. So this should say something about this working professional. Why I'm saying this is because we should move away and test different age group and aggressively come up with hypotheses to test different age group so that you can actually find an age group that is perhaps not as many people are focusing on. And that, of course, work hand in hand with the second variable that I'm trying to talk about, the when. If you have the luxury of creating a slot of your food choices that's away from lunch and dinner, you will again walk away from the very, very competitive arena to maybe your blue ocean, and thereby lowering your advertising costs and enjoying a better margin. As it is, we know food delivery already slash off some margin as high as 30%. Now, if we can manage our advert costs, we should enjoy some margin higher, maybe not as good as dine-in, but maybe close, right? So these are some ideas, the who and the when. My suggestion is Facebook because of the audience. Of course, you can use digital platform, Google Ads, and so on. And my sensing is Google Ads could be likely a little bit more expensive than Facebook. But again, everything test it out so that you can actually suss out the best results for you. Now, when it comes to the where, if again you're setting up, my suggestion is a ghost kitchen, not a high rental in shopping mall. I give the examples in my article where in Singapore, a place such as Tampines, there's of course, your Tampines mall with high rental, and of course there's Heartland. Now a lot of ghost kitchen and shared kitchen owners, they are opening up places in the Heartland. In Tampines, there's just this place in Tampines Mart, just a few minutes away from Tampines mall. And you have the choice, that's the best place to set up for less than 10% of a rental in a shopping mall. You get the exact setup, you get the exact ability to do food delivery, and your sunk cost is lower. And guess what? All this money you can plug into your advertisement to do a lot of testing to suss out the right audience, the gems that you can target and focus and sustain it. Now, when we do advertisement, right, which in my previous session I have mentioned, it's all about sustainability. It's all about doing it over and over again and occupying the niche that is unshakable. Other people find it hard to challenge you. So take note of the who, when, and where. While I'm tagging it a lot to advertisement, and it's rightly so because you are definitely using some form of advertisements to promote, to push your traffic to the delivery platforms to increase your food sales. Isn't that so? Now, that being said, right, the one question that is being asked a lot, is it possible to lower the cost of marketing? Well, the answer is yes, and you have to look away from your current industry. What do I mean? That means I understand that a lot of you are trying to encourage, entice the customers to buy your food by giving them side dishes, by giving them little things like soup and so on. And that, of course, eats into your cost. How about a cross-channel? That means working with guys that selling apparels, accessories, eyewear, all this. They are also having a hard time, and they will love the idea of having traffic be brought to their shops, and they will be open to giving you vouchers, products to give away so that people can redeem at their place, driving some traffic to them. I'm not saying this as an imaginary proposition. I'm saying this because we have done it, and just look at all the links below on some of the case studies that we have done. And if you so want, just drop us a note, and we're more happy to partner you with some of these retailers that are also very hungry, looking for partners to get awareness out as well. So in a nutshell, if you want to lower the cost and yet still encourage people to buy the package, is to work with partners that are away from your industry. I just give you an example. Imagine to encourage someone to take out a $50 order on the delivery platform, and you're giving $50 retail vouchers. How is that in terms of encouraging our customers to act? I think it should work very well, don't you think so? Now that comes to my last part about lowering the cost of advert and marketing. Well, if you're using other people's vouchers, other people's free gifts, other people's prizes and sponsorships to drive traffic, isn't that one of the best way to lower the cost? And when the advert goals, if people know that there are free things, more people will visit, and we all know that as Google and Facebook, it's going to lower the cost of your advert as well. And that's the gist of it, how you're going to manage and lower the cost of your marketing for your food delivery. And hi folks, and that's all we have, the 5 elements of a food delivery marketing plan. The first one, you probably heard a lot of times from me in my other sharing session as well. Who? The audience persona. Very, very important. Every time we talk about marketing plan, we want to know who are we targeting. Okay, that's the first. The second is, of course, the when. We dive in a little bit and talk about, other than lunch and dinner, the 2 slots which everyone are targeting. Are we able to target some other slots? Are we able to prepare food for some other slots to stay away from the competition, to have our little blue oceans, so that we can actually lower our advert costs and enjoy a higher margin for the food that we are selling? Now, the third is, of course, where, and we give some ideas on the circumference, the diameters, on how to do your food delivery. Now, I thought it's very important to repeat the fourth one, which is how can you market your food delivery other than doing advert, which I keep repeating. I would like to suggest and highlight this cross-channel collaboration. That means partnering with people that are not in the F&B and using their products, their services, their vouchers to entice your customers to buy your food via the delivery platform. And that also brings me to the last point, and that's one thing that you can use and leverage on to reduce your entire marketing expenses. Free products and services you can use to entice, to encourage your customers to buy your products and services, right, through the delivery platform. And if you're keen, of course, we have some links below, as I mentioned in the videos. Get in touch with us. We'll be more than happy to link you up with such sponsors. And of course, looking forward to them helping you to sell more food through the various delivery platforms as well. So contact us if you're keen in such collaboration. Otherwise, really thank you for listening, spending a few minutes listening to what I have to share. And as usual, if you want to listening to my other sharing sessions and even some of the lectures that I recorded, feel free to connect with me and send me a note. I'll be more than happy to send them to you. Otherwise, once again, thank you for listening in and look forward to seeing you in my subsequent sharing session as well.